What is up, everybody? Crypto Chill Bro here, and we are talking about Gods and Chains, tips and tricks. I think this is the best game to be playing right now if you want a low-cost investment. This one is free. I made 35 bucks with it last week, just messing around, figuring things out. And I know that I made a lot of mistakes, so let's cover a little bit of the tips, a little bit of the mistakes you can avoid so you can get started in the best possible way, make a little bit of free crypto here. So first off, using starter decks. When you start out, you're going to be given a number of decks to use, and I just went ahead and used the ones that I was given. And if I had to go back and do that, knowing what I know now, I would change it up and switch them up. However, because you're going to be playing against newer players as well, if you know a little bit more about Gods Unchained than they do, you can still win. You can easily progress through the ranks, and it's not too hard to win some first matches. But when you're starting out your starter deck, you do want to learn a few things. So one mistake to do is not to put in a lot of one cards. Basically, you want to group up two cards together so you have repeat cards. Two cards is better than just a bunch of one cards. The reason for that is when you're starting your turn, you can choose out of three different cards. And let's say you want to get rid of a card that's going to cost you a lot of mana. If you have a bunch of cards that cost a lot of mana, then you have a better chance that you're going to get a bunch of cards that are going to cost you a lot that you won't be able to play in the early rounds. If you use multiple repeat cards, once you get rid of a card that has 7 mana, it'll get rid of both of those versions of that card, if that's making any sense. Basically, if you're going to add the Marshwalker, try to add 2 of them. Amazon Conscript, same deal. You can see here with this Nature Starter deck, there's a bunch of different options they're giving you, but you want 2 like this, not a bunch of ones. Also, let's see what else. Decide your kill condition when you're starting your deck. This is huge. Now, what is a kill condition? It means what cards are you going to use to make the kill at the end. Now, it took me a while to figure this out. I'm no pro, but here's what we got. Here's what I'm going with. Let's take a look at one of my decks here. Okay, you can see all the different decks I have. So with my nature deck, I got a mid-range option deck, which basically means I got about 10 or 15 1 or 2 cards, which is what you're going to want to have. But my kill condition is I'm going to use this 7 card that has 10 of 10, basically a ton of stats. Once I get to the 7, there are very few cards at that level that have that many stats. At 6, again, I'm just going for full stats with this nature deck. 7 attack, 8 health. That is what you want to see. It kind of leads me to my second point. Health is better than attack. So when you're doing cards, you basically want to be looking at this number right here more so than this number right here. So this Amazon Archmonia Anteater has 3 health, only 1 attack. That's going to be better than somebody that has 3 attack and only 1 health. Let's see if there's any options I can show you here. Wild Hawk is one of the best early options because you get 3 health and 2 attack, which is a lot more stats than you're getting on some other guys here. So that's one thing as you're going for a good early round strategy is just go for the highest numbers. I basically learned this strategy from Copper Pitch's channel. Check out this. If you're looking to build a deck, you're at that stage. Let me see. Deck Building 101, best video on the subject that I found. Check that one out. He can explain it much better than I can. Let's see what else. Stack up. I mentioned also that when you're building your first decks, you want to have about 15 1 or 2 mana cards. Basically means it's only going to cost you 1 mana to play or 2 mana to play. In the early rounds, these are essential. At first, of course, I'm thinking, give me the best cards, put a bunch of these in there. But you get these in the early rounds and you can't play them. And even the game might not even go this long. So you basically are just wasting your turn and you're sitting around and it's no fun. You basically lose pretty bad. So another thing to read through quickly as you're getting started is this, figure out the keywords. I'm still learning them, but let's see, what are our keywords here? So Gods Unchained has some great blog posts for you. Essential card mechanics. Learn what an afterlife is. Your card dies. This is a bonus basically for when your card dies. Can be a huge advantage. Roar, huge advantage. Most cards, once you play, you got to wait a turn to play them. Roar means you can play them right on that turn and really surprise your opponent with something they weren't expecting. Regen means at the end of a turn, if it's like regen 1, meaning your card gains 1 health at the end of your turn. It regenerates health. Burn means like if you attack me and you still survive at the end of the turn, however much burn is applied, let's say 1 burn, you will lose 1 at the end of your turn. If it's a 2 burn, you would lose 2 at the end of your turn. Bunch more different terms. One cool thing about Gods Unchained is it's super complex. There's a lot going on, which makes it fun from a gameplay standpoint, much more fun than a lot of these games. It also means there's a lot to learn, so brushing up on like the key terms would be a huge return on your investment there starting it off. Another amazing site for you to check out is GU Decks. You can use this site to check out your player stats. You can see here I'm ranked 0 this weekend event. I haven't played any games. But with the blessing of the gods, weekly earnings, the most important event in my opinion, because you can earn free crypto, earn free gods tokens by just playing some games. Notice I have all these completed and I got a 3.5 points earned. Basically, they figure out how many points you have versus how many players played. Do some fancy math there and give you some free tokens at the end of each week. Very, very cool in my opinion. You can see the decks that I've been playing there. You can also go to, when you're building a deck, this is huge. Building a deck, this is huge because you can see what other decks are out there, which ones are winning. They have a win rate here, 66% for this master deck. See the different types. Super good resource for you to check out as you're getting started. Finally, if you, let's say you decide to play in the Blessing of the Gods and you eventually get to claim your rewards. I did that last week. I went here, I connected my wallet, got my MetaMask up there. We are connected and we can see that I claimed my Gods tokens. You got to have this connected if you're going to claim your Gods tokens. Something to do starting off. MetaMask is easy. I'm not going to go through how to do that in this tutorial. If you need that, there's plenty online how to do that. Gods Unchained shows you how to do that too. Finally, let's see. Now this is finally another way you can make money on Gods Unchained is by giving out your referral code. I will put my referral code in the description. If you're new, you can sign up there. I will earn some Ethereum. Once you sign up, you can give this code out to your friends and earn some Ethereum as well. Let's see where that is. Here we go. Invite your friends, track your progress, earn your rewards. No cost to you. Help out, help support this channel. Basically, this channel is testing out the newest crypto games so that you can learn as you're diving in, see if we can make some crypto and play some games. If you like that, subscribe, click the like button, say hello, tune in for the next video. Stay tuned.